Breaking news right now, the United States carrying out new strikes against Iranian targets overnight. The Pentagon releasing this new tactical video showing a moment of impact. U.S. aircraft dropping bombs, hitting Iranian missile and drone storage locations, along with coastal radar sites. It's all in retaliation for an Iranian drone attack that damaged a cargo ship Friday in the Strait of Hormuz. And Bahrain is now also accusing Iran of launching a drone strike into their nation overnight. No word yet on the damage assessment there. President Trump calls Iran's actions, quote, a foolish violation of the ceasefire agreement. Iranian leadership says the U.S. strikes by President Trump show no commitment to ongoing negotiations or the ceasefire. The Strait is an ongoing point of contention, as you know, between the two. Iran says it controls the waterway, all while American and global officials insist transit should be free. We're going to bring in retired U.S. Marine Corps Colonel Mark Cancian. He is also a senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Thanks for being available early this morning.
Thanks for having me on the program.
So by striking these sites there in Iran, do you consider it a proportional response to their actions in the Strait of Hormuz that will not escalate future strikes, or is this just sort of kicking off something even bigger?
Well, it's clearly a tit-for-tat situation. We've seen this before a couple weeks ago when the Iranians struck vessels in the Strait. The U.S. struck back in a limited way. The U.S. is clearly signaling that it wants this to end and for disagreements to be handled through negotiations. But the Iranians appear to have signaled that they are going to enforce what they regard as their rights kinetically and not through negotiations.
So Vice President J.D. Vance tweeting that violence is going to be met with violence, and apparently that's what we're seeing here. How does all this weigh in on exactly what we're seeing here? You mentioned the tit for tat. You know, in the region, the language that Iran seems to understand is punch, you know, we punch, you punch back. It just seems sort of the nature of the way that they do business there. What does that say to you?
Well, it says we're in a very unstable position because it's possible that the Iranians have struck again. If those reports about Bahrain are true, I think the United States would then strike back a further time. The fundamental problem is that the two sides disagree about what was in the memorandum of understanding. The U.S. says the Strait is open. The Iranians say, no, we control the Strait, and we decide who can transit and who cannot transit.
Yep, and I want to get to that in just a second, but we have more breaking news that the Strait of Hormuz, of course, does remain this point of contention, as we know, but just moments ago, the British military confirming that a second tanker in the Strait with the ship's crew has been struck there, but the ship's crew is in safe condition, we're told. Now, the head of Iran's National Security Commission is saying that the Strait of Hormuz is governed by Iran and calls the drone attack not a violation of the ceasefire, but ceasefire management. This is Ibrahim Azizi. Every time we hear from him, I'm shaking my head here. Again, he says this is not a violation of the ceasefire. It is ceasefire management. What does that tell you?
Well, that tells you that there's a fundamental disagreement here that the United States had hoped to handle through negotiations, but the Iranians are showing that they are going to enforce what they regard their rights. And if they are successful in exerting sovereignty over the Strait, that is a huge win for them. It means that they can charge tolls if they want, they can shut it off if they want, and it also encourages other countries around the world to take control of their straits. So you have potentially chaos in global shipping.
Yeah, it could be a huge domino effect. It could be set off from this. On Friday, Iran warned that safe passage can only be guaranteed for vessels that coordinate their routes with Tehran. So how does that factor into these ongoing 60-day talks?
Well, this is the way Iran is imposing its views about the Strait. It said that it has to authorize any ship that goes through. It's not what the president had said, which is that there is now safe passage, ships can flow freely, and we are in an impasse that we hope will be resolved through negotiations, but it's a very difficult situation.
Okay, thank you. Retired Marine Corps Colonel Mark Cancian. Appreciate you being available to us. We'll check back in with you as the news warrants today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on the program.
Of course.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.